Hi, I'm Dr. David Geyer, orthopedic surgeon, sports medicine specialist, and author of That's Gotta Hurt: The Injuries That Changed Sports Forever. And I provide education, insight, and commentary on sports and exercise injuries, injury treatments, and injury prevention for athletes and active people so that you can stay healthy and perform at your peak. I want to tell you about my new book, That's Gotta Hurt: The Injuries That Changed Sports Forever. You can see from the title that I discuss some of the most famous, really some of the most important injuries that have ever occurred in sports to some of the best athletes at the professional level, college level, Olympic level. Some of these injuries you're going to remember right away. I can tell you exactly where I was when I heard about some of the injuries. Some of the injuries you may not even remember at all. One of my friends the other day saw my table of contents and he said, "I don't even remember him ever being hurt." Some of these injuries you may not think are a big deal at all, but I explain not only why it's a big deal now, but why it's going to be even more important as we go into the future. And there may be injuries that you think that I should have talked about but didn't. There's two in particular I'd tell you that a lot of my friends have been like, "Why didn't you talk about that?" Or "Why didn't you talk about him?" And I'd love to hear your thoughts after you read the book as well. But this book is about so much more than a list and an explanation of injuries that really only appeals to die-hard sports fans. And that's part of why I'm so proud of this book. Whether you're an elite athlete yourself, or maybe you're the parent of a young athlete or multiple athletes, or the coach of young athletes, or you just like to lift weights or run or do CrossFit or play rec league sports yourself, the information in this book is so important to you and your kids and your health. And that's why I'm so excited to share it with you. You know, this book goes into so much detail. We look at through the lens of some of the injuries to some of the best athletes in the world, and we talk about the treatments and the surgeries and the injury prevention strategies developed in response to those injuries at the top level, but how those treatments and surgeries and prevention strategies affect you and your kids and will continue to affect you and your health in the years to come. You know, sports medicine has had, I would argue, a bigger impact in keeping athletes playing better and having longer careers than any change in sports, be it a change in coaching, be it a change in training, or any other sports. Sports medicine has had a bigger impact on athletes than anything else over the last 40 or 50 years. But with all our advances that doctors and surgeons and athletic trainers have come up with over the last 40 and 50 years, we've inadvertently created some problems and some questions that have arisen that we really need to address going forward if we're going to continue not only playing sports and exercising, but basically to keep a good health, a good quality of life. We have to address some of these questions. Take professional athletes. Should pro athletes rush back to play as soon as possible? Because with these new treatments, we can get people back really fast after a lot of these injuries. But should they rush back to play as soon as possible? Or should they look long term and take steps to protect their health, even if that holds them out longer, but so they can have a longer career and potentially have a better quality of life after they play? And where, as team doctors and athletic trainers, where should our role be? Should we be siding with the players? Should we be siding with the teams? Where do we stand in determining when it's appropriate for them to safely return to play? For all of us as weekend warriors, should we continue to train really hard and push ourselves even at the risk of arthritis and chronic injuries that could hamper our quality of life as we get older? And we've seen pro athletes try experimental treatments like stem cells and platelet-rich plasma. Should we use those treatments to continue to train a few more years? What about young athletes? We've seen so many parents and coaches that push kids to train longer and compete harder so that they can get college scholarships and even professional contracts. But do we risk creating more injuries for them? Or worse, do we risk ruining sports for our kids? And as doctors and as surgeons and athletic trainers and sports medicine professionals, should we focus on developing better treatments and better surgeries, or should we focus our efforts on preventing the injuries in the first place? Now, I've worked on this book now for about 2.5 years. It's been lots of nights, lots of weekends, even a 72-hour weekend where I was basically locked up in a hotel room in Chicago, barely sleeping, trying to get part of the book done to meet a publisher's deadline. I worked really hard on this, and I'm absolutely proud of that. But let's be fair, this book is not about me. This really isn't about the book itself. What's important is you and your kids and your health. It's the message of this book that's what is important, and that's why I'm so excited to share it with you. Now, the book comes out June 6th. You can pre-order it right now. There's links to a variety of sites where it's available for sale. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, I think Books A Million, and a number of different bookstores, and you can go ahead and pre-order that now. But to show you what this book is and why I believe it's important, I'd like to give you a special bonus right now. I'd like to give you the first chapter of That's Gotta Hurt, The Injuries That Changed Sports Forever. My publisher's been so gracious in letting me give that away to you, and I'm so grateful for them for letting me do that. If you'll click the link below, enter your name, and enter an email address where I can send you the opening chapter, I will get that to you right now, absolutely free. I'm very excited about it, and I'd love to hear what you think about the opening chapter. Now, in the coming days and weeks, I'm going to have some bonuses to encourage you to pre-order the book before it's officially available on June 6th. Hundreds of dollars of free content, informative and honestly, hopefully entertaining content that you'll get absolutely for free if you pre-order the book by June 6th. So if you sign up down below to get your free copy of the opening chapter of That's Gotta Hurt, you'll get the information on how to get those free bonuses when you pre-order as well. Now, I'm also looking for some book ambassadors, so to speak. People who will help me get the message out about That's Gotta Hurt and help me promote it. Again, I believe in this message about sports medicine and extending athletes' careers and all that we've done, but all we still have to do. I believe in it so much that I'd be so grateful if you want to help me promote it. And I've got some things that I think are really cool for the people that will help me do that. So if you're interested in potentially helping me promote it, touch base with me on Facebook or on Twitter or on my website, and we'll talk about how we can do that. And last, I would love for you to take just 1 or 2 minutes after you read it and let me know what you think. Go to Amazon and leave a rating or review. That helps Amazon decide to promote it to people who don't necessarily know this message. It gets to more people, and I think, again, because it's about the message, if we can expose it to more people, I think that really helps the entire world of sports medicine. So please take just, again, 60 seconds or a little bit more, leave an Amazon review. Plus, I want to hear what you think about it. Thank you so much for watching this short video and even considering buying my book. I'm humbled that you would even consider it, and I really hope that in some way you find it helpful. Again, sign up for your free opening chapter of That's Gotta Hurt, The Injuries That Changed Sports Forever. Enter your name and email address where I can send it, and you'll get it directly. And make sure you buy a copy before it goes on sale June 6th. We'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you again really soon.